In 2023, a man named John Bennett moved into a small, quiet house on the edge of a forgotten American town. The house was old, built in the early 1970s, with faded wallpaper, wooden floors that creaked under every step, and the scent of dust that no amount of cleaning could remove. It had been empty for years before John arrived. He didn't mind. He liked the quiet, the isolation. One of the odd things about the house was the rotary phone. It was still sitting on a shelf in the hallway, a dusty relic from the past. It wasn't plugged in, or so John thought. Still, he left it there as decoration, something charming from another time. On his second night in the house, just as the clock struck 11:11 p.m., the phone rang. It was loud. Sharp. Like it didn't belong in this world anymore. John jumped. He stared at the phone for a moment, confused, then picked up the receiver. There was static at first. Then, a voice, nervous, almost panicked. The man on the line asked strange questions. What year is it? Who is the president? Is this really 2023? At first, John thought it was some kind of prank. But the voice wasn't laughing. The caller introduced himself as Alan. He said he was a radio technician from the year 1974. Alan claimed he had been working on a homemade radio project when something went wrong, or right, depending on how you looked at it. He believed he had opened a channel through time. Somehow, his equipment had reached into the future, and John had answered the call. John was skeptical, of course. Until Alan began describing things, detailed things, about the town. Stores that had burned down in the 1980s. Roads that no longer existed. He even knew the name of the previous owner of John's house, and said there was a loose floorboard in the attic, under which he had hidden something. John checked the next morning. The board was loose. Under it was an old coin and a black and white photo of a man who looked exactly like Alan had described himself. Every night at 11:11 p.m., the phone rang. John always answered. The two talked about everything: life, politics, technology. John tried to explain smartphones, the internet, and AI. Alan was fascinated, sometimes even frightened. He couldn't believe what the world had become. But as the days passed, Alan's tone changed. He began to sound paranoid. He said he felt like someone was watching him. He had noticed unmarked cars parked outside his house. He heard strange clicks in his phone line. He believed someone, or something, had detected the frequency and knew he was talking to the future. One night, Alan whispered urgently. He said he didn't have much time. That if they found out what he had done, they might erase everything. John asked who they were, but Alan didn't answer. The call ended in static. That night was the last time the phone rang. John waited the next night, and the next, but there was nothing. Silence. The phone became just a decoration again, like it had always been. John tried to research Alan. He searched old newspapers, local archives, phone records, anything from the 1970s. But there was no record of Alan. No technician by that name. Nothing. A week later, John went up to the attic, hoping maybe he missed something. Behind a dusty beam, he found an envelope. Inside was a photo. A man with thick glasses, sitting beside that same rotary phone. The date written on the photo, July 3, 1974. On the back, in faded ink, it said, "To whoever finds this, thank you for listening."